Hi, we're Team Victory, and in this presentation, we will be covering ISO 9000. ISO 9000 was published by the International Organization for Standardization in 1987, based on a series of standards from BSI in 1979. It is one of the most widely known and used standards published by the ISO. ISO is originally a Department of Defense system. It was designed as the first step in the base level of a quality system to help organizations meet customer needs. The system was revised and taken over by NATO in 1969 and then went under further revision in 1974 to meet the BS standards. In 1979, it was revised again to meet BS 5750 requirements before being submitted to ISO. History of revisions. ISO, a specialized international agency for standardization composed of the national standard bodies of more than 160 countries, published the 9000 series in 1987. It underwent major revisions in 2000 and was revised again in 2008. Current versions of ISO 9000 and ISO 9001 were published in September 2015. In general, how does ISO 9000 work? ISO 9000 establishes a quality management system for a variety of companies. It applies to a large scope of businesses, and it doesn't matter if they are a large or small company or what type of business they are. They can run ISO 9000 if they'd like. If the business doesn't have a quality management system set up, they can use the ISO 9000 standards in order to establish a QMS system. These standards are both generic and mandatory. The business must meet each and every standard that ISO 9000 covers unless the standard doesn't apply to their business. ISO 9000 is used to set the standards for quality control as it is recognized worldwide. Each business is different because of their industries, risks, processes, objectives, and products and services. Therefore, ISO 9000 is tailored to be built around different business types. ISO also looks at the big picture instead of separate departments. What must be done to get certified or registered? In order to be certified, your business must meet every standard if the standard applies to the business. ISO does not certify themselves. The people that can certify are registrars that are allowed to certify. If you meet all of the standard requirements, you will get the certification. Once certified, you will be checked on to see if you not just remain in compliance, but also are continually improving on your QMS. ISO requires a renewal after 3 years. Even though it looks better to be officially certified in ISO 9000, you do not have to be. You can announce that your business is in compliance with the ISO 9000 certification as long as it does meet the standards. The 7 management principles. First, focus on the customer and interested parties, both internal and external. You need to understand what is needed and how they expect to receive it. Second, leadership in the company must all be on the same page and working to accomplish a common goal. Third, involve everyone to help in the creation and delivery, because people are more invested and likely to follow when involved in process. Fourth, use process approach, meaning this concept has to be the management strategy and processes need to be followed. Fifth, encourage improvement. Encourage the idea that there is always room for improvement and use continuous improvement. Sixth, use documentation, evidence to make all your decisions. Don't rely on gut feelings or guesses. And seventh, manage your corporate relationships. Suppliers need to give you the quality materials you need so that you can deliver the finished products to your customers that they are expecting. What is process-based quality management? Process-based quality management is the process of managing the inputs and outputs that interact as a system. This is done by developing each step of the process, including determining the actual processes, methods that you will use, resources like supplies and support staff, who will be responsible and have authority, risks and opportunities of the process, and methods to use to monitor your process, like charting or using standard deviation. You also need to have processes in place to maintain the process-based quality management systems and develop ways to improve upon it. During process-based QMS, you need to document the process and show that all plans are being followed through the retention of records. This will help in making evidence-based decisions. Possible processes. There are many processes that need to be in place to effectively run a process-based company. They're not limited to the ones listed on this slide and need to cover every step in the system. Think of process-based QMS like links in a chain. If one link is broken or not working correctly, then the whole system can fall apart. Processes are not only in place to help the people completing the task, but also to guide them and help others that perform the processes or steps in the system either up or downstream. On the right side of this slide, you will see there are many processes and that they all interact and are a part of the big picture. Next, we will cover the ISO 9000 subsections, starting with 4-10. 4.1. Understand your organization and its unique context. 4.2. Clarify the needs and expectations of interested parties. 4.3. Define the scope of your quality management system. And 4.4. Develop a QMS and establish documented information. Subsection 8.3 states to establish a process to design and develop products and services. 8.3.1 Create an appropriate design and development process by establishing an appropriate design and development process and implementing an appropriate design and development process. Subsection 8.3.2 Plan product and service design and development activities. Plan your design and development stages and controls. Consider design and development process complexities, requirements, expectations, participation, interfaces, responsibilities, documentation, and process resources. Subsection 8.3.3 Determine product and service design and development inputs. Clarify your product and service design and development inputs. Define product and service design and development resource needs and control your design and development inputs, documents, and records. 8.3.4 Specify how design and development process will be controlled. Control product and service design and development activities. Control how design and development results are defined, how reviews are carried out, validations are performed, and verifications are done. Document product and service design and development activities. Subsection 8.3.5 Clarify how design and development outputs will be produced. Control product and service design and development outputs. Ensure that outputs can be compared against input requirements, are capable of supporting product provision, include or refer to acceptance criteria, and the outputs can be used to validate proposals. Control design and development output documents and records. And lastly, 8.3.6, review and control all design and development changes. Identify changes during or subsequent to design and development, review changes during or subsequent to design and development, and lastly, control changes during or subsequent to design and development. ISO 9000 has its downsides that have led to frustration with the process of receiving and maintaining certification. The most common frustration with ISO 9000 is its inefficiency. The amount of time and resources a business spends filling out and meeting standards for the excessive paperwork could be much better spent on actually improving quality through studies. Similarly, ISO 9000 standards cannot possibly be well tailored to every business's products or every customer's needs. Consequently, The small technicalities needed to receive certification will often trample the more broad improvements that would make for a better quality product and a more profitable business. Finally, ISO 9000 is bureaucratic. The free market is impeded by regulation and a cozy relationship with auditors, and will sometimes get businesses further than a real commitment to quality would. ISO 9000 is a set of international standards on quality management and quality assurance developed to help companies effectively document the quality system elements to be implemented to maintain an efficient quality system. The biggest difference between the old and the new standard is the structure. ISO 9001-2008 had 5 main sections, 4 to 8, and ISO 9001-2015 now has 7, 4 to 10. ISO 9001-2015 asks you to understand your organization's context. It wants you to consider the external and internal issues that are relevant to its purpose and strategic direction, and to think about the influence these issues could have on its QMS and the results it intends to achieve. ISO 9001-2015 standard has also eliminated the long-standing distinction between documents and records. They now are both referred to as documented information.